Mamata Banerjee, the Bengal Chief Minister, is on a mission, and that mission appears to be Mission 2024. Is it an attempt to stitch an alliance of opposition parties to take on Narendra Modi for 2024? Because she's here already in Delhi for 4 days. On the 4th day of her visit to the national capital, Mamata has met Union Minister Nitin Gadkari.
And our DG will be there, I will be there, your PWD Minister, Secretary and Transport Secretary will be there. We can decide that how we can go ahead. एक मीटिंग का बंदोबस्त भी किया है. मेरा चीफ सेक्रेटरी आज दिल्ली आ रहा है, उसका कोई मीटिंग है कल. So as per convenient of Nitin Gadkari ji, I will send my secretaries to meet him for the future these projects. And I said that for Calcutta also give some flyover, because Calcutta is very, population is very high, density of population is very high. Metro is coming, but it will take another 1 year. So इसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम पैसेंजर को, जो पब्लिक को हम हेल्प कर सकते हैं. तो इसी के लिए ये सब चर्चा हुआ है. And he also, along with Minister Nitin Gadkari ji, all officers were also present. DG Traffic, DG I think the roads and others. Main officers, they were also present there. My residential commissioner also present there. It was a very fruitful and good meeting. Let us hope for the better. Thank you. भाई ये सब छोड़ो, ये सब हमको क्यों पूछ रहा है? अब जाके उसको पूछो.
Mamata Banerjee, the Bengal Chief Minister, and remember on the first day she met Prime Minister Narendra Modi. After a stellar victory from Bengal, she has returned to meet the Prime Minister, but she's also met Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. She has met other netas as well, including Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, one of her close friends in national politics. Apart from that, having met Congress neta, senior leader Kamal Nath, Anand Sharma, several others, she is now on a mission. The fact is, she could now be a challenger to Narendra Modi. The question will be, will she be a facilitator only, or could she be the challenger to Narendra Modi in 2024? There's a shocking video that has come with the claims of Delhi police brutality. Delhi Constable, and the visuals that have come, Delhi Constable beating a man mercilessly. You heard it correct, this is the national capital, Delhi, not perhaps some other town or village in the country. This video is from 13th of June. After the man went missing following the incident, his family filed a complaint. In the investigation conducted, it was found that the victim was so brutally beaten that he passed away. His body then appears to have been shoved in a vehicle and dumped in a canal. Now, we're being told all of this was done by Delhi police personnel. The constable has now been taken into arrest. I want to go across to my colleague Arvind Ojha because he's tracking all the latest on that. An absolute shocking visual there, Arvind. And is there a confirmation that they were Delhi police personnel? What happened? How did they get caught? Take us through the details. हमें सब कुछ बताएं, कैसे केस सामने आया?
जी देखिए, ये पूजा काफी शॉकिंग वीडियो है जो इंडिया टुडे के पास एक्सक्लूसिव है. इस वीडियो में अगर आप देखें तो 4 से 5 लोग एक लड़के को घेर कर खड़े हैं, और जो इसमें पिटाई कर रहा है वो दिल्ली पुलिस का कांस्टेबल है. ये वीडियो कुछ लोकल लोगों ने बना लिया था. उसके बाद जिस लड़के की पिटाई हो रही है वो 13 जून से अचानक घर से गायब हो जाता है. जो लड़का है उसके परिवार के लोग न्यू अशोक नगर पुलिस स्टेशन में जाते हैं, शिकायत दर्ज करते हैं कि हमारा बेटा गायब है. लेकिन न्यू अशोक नगर पुलिस स्टेशन के जो एसएचओ हैं वो किडनैपिंग के एफआईआर दर्ज नहीं करते हैं, और कुछ दिन पहले ही लड़के की डेड बॉडी मिलती है और खुलासा होता है कि जो कांस्टेबल है, जो आप ये सीसीटीवी फुटेज में देख पा रहे हैं पूजा, इस कांस्टेबल और उसके साथियों ने इस लड़के को सड़क पर जिस तरह से मारा, इतनी बुरी तरह से मारा कि उस लड़के की मौत हो गई. उसके बाद इसकी डेड बॉडी को जो कांस्टेबल है उसके साथ अपने साथियों के साथ मिलकर कहीं डंप किया गंग नहर के पास, जो हमें सोर्सेस के जरिए जानकारी मिल रही है. फिलहाल जो कांस्टेबल है उसको पुलिस ने गिरफ्तार कर लिया है. जो न्यू अशोक नगर के एसएचओ हैं उनको सस्पेंड कर लिया है. लेकिन आपको बताऊं कि इस पूरे मामले पर दिल्ली पुलिस के सीनियर ऑफिशियल टाइट लिप्स हैं, कोई भी कुछ बोलने को तैयार नहीं है. डीसीपी ईस्ट ने इतना जरूर इंडिया टुडे को कंफर्म किया है, जो प्रियंका कश्यप है, कि कांस्टेबल को अरेस्ट कर लिया गया है. लेकिन मैं आपको बताऊं कि इंडिया टुडे के स्क्रीन पर जो ये वीडियो आप देख पा रहे हैं, अगर ये वीडियो सामने नहीं आता तो शायद ये जो इतना खौफनाक कांड हुआ इसका खुलासा भी नहीं हो सकता। ये जो कांस्टेबल आप देख पा रहे हैं इसका नाम मोनू सिरोही है, जो दिल्ली के पांडव नगर में पोस्टेड है। और इस लड़के को क्यों मारा गया, क्यों इतनी बेरहमी से मारा गया, इस बारे में भी अभी
shocking, Arvind, to know that this happened in Delhi as a national capital, but that's not it. The fact is, this has come to light only because there was a visual recorded, only because there was someone who was taking the risk of recording this video. And for the police to have done this in Delhi, absolutely shocking. At least for now, some action has been taken in it. The man has passed away. Apparently, his dead body was also then gotten done with by the personnel of the police themselves. Absolutely shocking and a tragic situation. Arvind, thank you for getting the details on this. Now remember, there's no breakthrough in government versus opposition deadlock in the parliament because both houses of the parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, have now been stalled for 8 days into the monsoon session. Consensus eluding both sides in the business advisory panel meeting as well, because that's where the opposition is insisting on a debate. Debate specifically on the spying issue, on the Pegasus, an Israeli spyware that allegedly snooped upon activists, journalists, and that was done by the government, as the opposition is claiming. Now, they do not want just a statement from the government. They want a full-fledged discussion. The government has pitched for a discussion on COVID. Opposition wants a discussion first on the Snoopgate showdown. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has slammed the members of parliament over the unruly behavior. There's also a warning being sent of disciplinary action if this behavior continues. This comes, take a look at those visuals on your screen. Papers were torn, flung in the air, even at the chair and the treasury benches, which is breaking the protocol set for the parliament members. And therefore, now the government has reached out to the opposition. Representing the government, Union Minister Piyush Goyal has met opposition floor leaders in Mallikarjun Kharge's room over a cup of coffee, but the opposition did not give an assurance if they will let the House function. They're in fact asserting it is the government's duty to run the parliament. They need to find out how it can be best done.
कल दिनांक 28 जुलाई को जो सदन में घटना हुई है उसे मुझे अत्यंतिक पीड़ा हुई है। आसन पर पर्चे फेंकना, आसन की अवमानना करना हमारी संसदीय परंपराओं के अनुरूप नहीं है। क्या आप कल की घटना इस संसदीय गरिमा के अनुरूप मानते हैं? क्या इसे न्यायोचित मानते हैं? हम सबको सामूहिक रूप से निर्णय करना होगा कि हम कैसे इस सदन की गरिमा और सम्मान को बढ़ा सकते हैं।
एक तो आप कोविड पर चर्चा मांगता, हमने हाँ कर दिया। राज्यसभा में चर्चा भी हो गई, इधर चर्चा नहीं करते हैं और उधर भी इधर बंद कर रहे, तो इसीलिए उधर बंद करते हैं। ये क्या है तरीका है? इट इज मोस्ट अनफॉर्चुनेट। वी वांट टू रन द पार्लियामेंट एंड वी वांट द डिस्कशन एंड प्रधानमंत्री जी पहले दिन ही कहा है कि सार्थक चर्चा होना चाहिए।
Why are you avoiding Pegasus? It is collectively for all parliamentarians an insult. It is collectively an insult for all parliamentarians, for the institution of parliament. What is the conclusion, friends? That they are not only hiding, they have much to hide. They have no answers. They have no basis for not having even a discussion inside parliament.
जो बीएससी में तय हुआ था 3 सब्जेक्ट, हम उन पर चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार हैं। और अगर वो राज्यसभा में पेपर फाड़ेंगे जिसपे उनको पता है कि पेगासस का अगर पेपर पढ़ा जाएगा, सो मोटो स्टेटमेंट होगा तो उस पर चर्चा होगी, इसका मतलब चर्चा तो विपक्ष आता ही नहीं है ना।
बीजेपी खुद तो लोकतंत्र को धज्जियां उड़ा रहे हैं। अगर ऐसा ना होते तो पेगासस की मुद्दे पे चर्चा करने में उनका डर क्यों होते हैं? मोदी जी आप क्यों डरते हो? अमित शाह जी आप क्यों डरते हो? सारे देश आप अपने कब्जे में है, सरकार अपना साथ है, तो क्यों पेगासस जैसे मुद्दे जो विपक्ष लोगों ने बार बार गुहार लगाते हैं कि इसको पहले चर्चा किया जाए, क्योंकि पेगासस के चलते हमारे हिंदुस्तान की सुरक्षा और नहीं बच पाना है।
And even as this parliament storm continues, Bharatiya Janata Party Member of Parliament Nishikant Dubey has made a serious allegations against Mahua Moitra of the Trinamool Congress. He says Moitra called him a Bihari Gunda. Now, Dubey is alleging that during the IT committee meeting, Mahua Moitra called him with this term, and there was a heated exchange of words over Dubey's privilege motion against Dr. Shashi Tharoor. Tharoor is the chairperson of the IT committee meeting. Now, Moitra, however, has countered and rejected the claim, saying she never resorted to this name-calling. She doesn't even indulge in all of this. She found it amusing. But Dubey has upped the ante. He's accusing not only the TMC MP of calling the Jharkhand MP as a Bihari Gunda. He's even said there was a Congress Neta present in that meeting as a witness. And that Congress Neta was Shakti Singh Gohil. And that he apologized for Mahua's comment to Dubey.
बिहार की गौरव के ऊपर जो है एक बड़ा चोट है और तृणमूल कांग्रेस का ममता बनर्जी का असली चेहरा जो है वो सबके सामने आ गया है। आज भी इस देश को चलाने में, इस राज्य को चलाने में हमारा बड़ा योगदान है। आज भी यदि रेलवे चलता है तो आपको आश्चर्य होगा कि 40 से 45% पैसा केवल और केवल बिहार और झारखंड देता है। इसके बावजूद भी हम गाली सुनते हैं, तो ये एक बड़ी हास्यास्पद बात है और उनको माफी मांगनी पड़ेगी। इस तरह के देश तोड़क मानसिकता के पार्टी के लोगों के साथ ममता बनर्जी जी का क्या बिहेवियर होगा, आज वो देखने वाली बात है।
बिहार के लोगों को गुंडा कहा जाए, ये 14 करोड़ बिहारियों का अपमान है। आज के बाद आरजेडी को जिन्होंने प्रचार किया था टीएमसी के लिए, बिहार के लोगों से माफी मांगनी चाहिए।
Let's go across now to right outside the Delhi Assembly, because that is where Arvind Kejriwal versus Congress workers showdown is taking place. Take a look at this visual on your screen. Dramatic scenes unfolded on the streets of capital right outside the Vidhan Sabha. These are Congress workers protesting. They are targeting the Kejriwal government. Even water cannons had to be used against the protesting Congress party workers. The Congress workers are alleging that the Kejriwal government has failed in managing the COVID crisis. There's been a price rise in the national capital. There's also a water supply issue during the summers and this moment. Congress is protesting against alleged irregularities also in the purchase of DTC buses. What precisely happened was this force had to be used by the Delhi police, we are being told, because some of these Congress protesters tried to barge into the assembly premises. They were trying to break barricades. That is when the cops had to intervene. And leading this protest, take a look at that, is Alka Lamba. She was with the Aam Aadmi Party just a few years ago. Now she's back in the Congress fold. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is in national capital Delhi today. This is the second day, and Yogi Adityanath will be meeting the members of parliament from Awadh, Varanasi and Gorakhpur. These are, of course, the districts in Uttar Pradesh, and that to chalk out a strategy for the next year assembly elections. Now, along with Yogi Adityanath, UP's BJP chief Swatantra Dev, State Organisation Minister Sunil Bansal and State in charge Radha Mohan Singh are also likely to be present. BJP chief JP Nadda will likely be present at the meeting as well. However, sources have told India Today that JP Nadda has given a call to draw a bigger line than 2017 this time in the state. Nadda has asked all the BJP MPs of Uttar Pradesh to go village to village, door to door, create awareness about the work done by the government at the centre and at the state of the BJP, and that precisely is the reason that Yogi Adityanath is also meeting MPs from Braj, the Western Uttar Pradesh and Kanpur range. He's spoken about development work undertaken by his government just to apprise them on what they can say to perhaps constituents here on. He has taken oath as the new Chief Minister of Karnataka, Basavaraj Bommai. Now, as he starts his business, there are already big changes expected in the state's 24-member state cabinet. Basavaraj Bommai is coming to Delhi tomorrow. He'll be meeting Home Minister Amit Shah and Party President JP Nadda. Now, this will be the first meeting since he has taken oath as the Chief Minister of Karnataka, replacing B.S. Yediyurappa. But after 2-3 days, sources are telling us Bomai will return to Delhi because that is when the cabinet expansion will be discussed before names are finalized. India Today has also learned that BJP this time wants to focus to bring in young and fresh faces now into Karnataka cabinet, which means that several ministers, even though experienced faces in erstwhile Yediyurappa cabinet, may not be able to continue. For example, former Deputy Chief Minister K.S. Ishwarappa, former Ministers Jagdish Shettar, Shashikala Jole, Kota Srinivas Pujari, M.T.B. Nagaraj, Srimant Patil, K. Gopalaya and R. Shankar may not make it now to continue in the cabinet. Who could make the cut? K. Purnima, Sunil Kumar, Muniratna, Raju Gora and P. Rajiv are just likely to be some of those names who may find a mention in the Basavaraj Bomai cabinet. But the confusion remains with the 11 turn courts who left other parties to join the BJP, got even a cabinet berth, out of which 17, remember, had got that prestigious position. But now these defectors fear that they may just be dropped, as the Bharatiya Janata Party may want to focus on the already loyal workers of the BJP. Sources are indicating that one, performance of course, but a caste factor, a community factor may also play a role in their cabinet formation in Karnataka.
ನಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ದಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಧಾನಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾಜಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ, ರಾಜನಾಥ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಡ್ಡಾ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಶುಭವನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭೇಟಿ. ಅವರ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಸಂಪುಟದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಚಿವ ಸಂಪುಟದ ಸದಸ್ಯರ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ನಾನು ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರ್ಪಡೆ ಆಗದೇ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರಣ ಒಂದು ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ನೈತಿಕತೆಯ ಕಾರಣದ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಈ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಕೈಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರು ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಇದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕಾರಣ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪುಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರ್ಪಡೆ ಆಗದೇ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ 14 ಜನ MLAಗಳನ್ನ, JDSನ 3 ಜನ ಶಾಸಕರನ್ನ ಕೊಂಡುಕೊಂಡು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಕಮಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರನ ನಾವು ಅನೈತಿಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲೆಜಿಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕಳೆದ 2 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದುರಾಡಳಿತ ಮತ್ತು ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
So let's take a look now at what our sources telling us about the mantris who may not make it to the Bomai's cabinet. Remember, these are just names that are in the air. We have some information on that. K.S. Ishwarappa, former Deputy Chief Minister, may not be in the cabinet of Bomai. Jagdish Shettar, a popular leader, he's a former minister. Shashikala Jole, also a former minister. There are other names coming in of Kota Srinivas Pujari, M.T.B. Nagaraj, Srimant Patil, K. Gopalaya, also a former minister, and R. Shankar, just some of the names that have been now doing the rounds who may not make it to Bomai's cabinet. This is big because there could be focus coming in on young and fresh faces to be inducted into the Bomai cabinet. So in the next few days, it will become clear of what the new Chief Minister of Karnataka will have in his cabinet. Perhaps in the next 2 days, who makes the cut, who will be out. But as I end this bulletin, I want to take you through this viral video of Chief Minister Bomai, but an old video, perhaps more as an individual, the life behind a politician. This video is going viral. It's an old video. It's got everyone emotional because that's Basavaraj Bomai's family bidding farewell to their 14-year-old dog. Bomai was seen getting emotional, overwhelmed. He, his family, including his wife and daughter, are bidding their final goodbye. So a family moment that had got captured earlier and is now tearing up everybody as he takes charge as the Chief Minister of the state. So remember, of course, a family member behind the image of a politician leading Karnataka now.